This overview and review of the design features and characteristics of the MOBITRAC hopefully helps you to understand that a lot of engineering effort has gone into creating a machine that is both very durable, and at the same token it takes a lot of design engineering in order to make things simple and easy to use. Well, let's take a look at some of the unique features and characteristics of the MOBITRAC. One of the first things that is unique in terms of the design features of the product is if you take a look here, you actually see a separation. So you're still going to have flotation on one end, even if, for example, you were to hit something hard and damage or crack the other area. In addition to that, if you notice right here, you do have built-in bilge pumps. Let's say you have been in the water doing production all day, pull out of the water at the end of the day, go ahead and trip your bilge pumps, run a quick check to make sure that you don't have moisture in the compartments. The machine is tracked, providing amphibious characteristics. If you were to take a look at the track here, they are designed in a fashion where they're impervious to water, normal chemical reactions, those types of things. So therefore you've got a good solid structure. You don't have to worry about them changing characteristics during use. The other thing is, because of the structure, they're also laid out in a fashion that when and if you were to ever have a problem, it's pretty straightforward from a service standpoint to actually split the tracks. In the event that there would ever be a service matter, you simply can remove this center panel right here, center up the track so that it overlays upon itself in the center section, be able to remove the attachment bolts and split the track if you ever had to for service reasons, any type of replacement, etc. So a lot of those things are considered in terms of the design and characteristics, which help provide for the longevity aspect. There is definitely the ability there to manage and support this equipment over the long term. Another unique design characteristic of the MOBITRAC is the fact that you're dealing with a very light piece of equipment. The machine, less its attachments, is about 2,800 pounds. So therefore, one of the design features is that if you look right here, you'll actually see a channel. There's actually a hydraulic actuator, and here, of course, is the channel for hydraulic lines. But what that does is that allows this whole entire control and power module, which is the combination of the engine, the hydraulic drive system, and the control area for the operator, to actually move. So if I'm climbing a significant incline, if I am needing to have close visual of my attachment, in either instance I can bring that weight all the way to the front. Yet on the other side of the coin, if I'm dealing with a significant load on the front end and or in the water, where now I'm dealing with a balance from a flotation standpoint, then I can take and move this control area back, bring my weight towards the back of the machine, and be able to handle loads at the front. And this whole matter is simply controlled right on the right joystick, so it's very easy, very flexible to change on the fly as your conditions vary while in operation. With regards to the MOBITRAC drive system, everything is driven by hydraulics, and specifically each of the tracks is driven by its own hydraulic actuator, and then that hydraulic actuator is chain driven down to the sprockets for the tracks. This provides both simplicity and a lot of flexibility because the tracks provide a positive way to be driven, so we don't have to worry about ratcheting, not having good sound traction in the drive system itself. And the other aspect is, with the chain, it's very simple from a maintenance standpoint to maintain it, as well as basic issues like chain tension. This whole entire assembly can be adjusted with a single bolt. So in the event that I need to make an adjustment to chain tension, it's simply a matter of loosening 4 bolts, making the appropriate adjustment, double checking that my tensioning is within specification, retightening, and I'm back in business again. The front end attachment on the MOBITRAC is very flexible and very easy to use. Specifically, it's rated at a load of 550 pounds, so it will handle a variety of different attachments, as well as the flexibility of the attachments itself. If you look right here, you have your hydraulic lines that are associated with the connections. The front 4 lines are specifically allocated to both the lift actuator and the tilt actuator for the front end itself. And then you have the easy connects, which are just like connecting airlines for the connection and disconnect of the hydraulic hoses for the actual attachment itself. So in this instance, it makes changeover very simple. You literally have a single pin that locks things into place, along with a bar that the bracket drops onto for connection and disconnect, as well as very easy from connecting the hydraulic lines as well. The MOBITRAC engine compartment, as you can see, is quite well laid out. The basis of the machine is the 3-cylinder Yanmar diesel engine, which not only fits well into the machine itself, but provides a good power source, the diesel providing the extra torque necessary for the volume of hydraulics that we're running for this equipment. Another aspect of it is having the water cooled. That simplifies things from the standpoint over the more typical air-cooled tractor type of engines, keeping things more consistent no matter what your operating conditions are. By the same token, you also have literally a direct drive right off the crankshaft of the engine to the hydraulic pumps. Therefore, you don't have the loss issues associated with secondary drive system and gain the efficiencies of being directly attached to the crankshaft. The control module for the MOBITRAC is obviously where the operator is going to work from, but everything is very well designed in terms of convenience and operation. Anybody familiar with heavy equipment, nowadays most of it is operated by joystick, so you've got that similarity. This is not reinventing the wheel. My left joystick is where I'm going to control my motion, both forward and back, as well as, because this is tracked, I have the ability, if need be, to literally take and spin this thing by moving my joystick left or right. You also do have buttons on the joystick, specifically as far as the power takeoff on the hydraulics. The left joystick is going to control that with both an off and an on button, where I'm turning on the electric power to the hydraulics. And then I also do have a reverse function. If I'm in a situation where I have overloaded that attachment, need to back out, I can actually reverse its operation. The joystick on the right side gives me the ability to manage my front end attachment, both raise and lowering that attachment, as well as the tilt angle of what is attached to it. And then I also have the convenience of being able to control the position of the control module. In addition, on my right side, I have both the control for the ignition of the system, along with LED lights that will give me at least some quick visual statuses on my normal systems. I have the 3 switches over here. I do have a master on and off, which is basically my ability to shut down any external systems. Therefore, power to my lights, power to my hydraulic takeoff, as well as power to my bilge pumps is controlled by the master on-off switch. I do have the ability to adjust the amount of flow within my hydraulic system, and that is via the diverter valve. I have the ability to actually adjust that flow rate. So if I need that additional power, it's easy for me to adjust. At the end of that time, when I don't need as much, I can back it off again as well. So I have that flexibility to be able to leverage the power of the overall machine to the specific task at hand. The MOBITRAC is a unique piece of equipment for dealing with managing lakeshore waterways. We look forward to being able to serve you with this product.